everyone. Welcome to yoga with me today. We're going to do a little bit of yoga on the ground, and then after a few stretches we'll stand back up and we'll finish up by sitting down. So I'm doing yoga outside today. You can choose to do it wherever you have space. So you can do it inside or outside. You can try to do chair yoga too and just adapt some of the stretches to be on your chair. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want you to do is find a comfortable position, and you can put your hands here. You can rest them on your knees, however is most comfortable for you. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more deep breaths. And one reminder about breathing, it's important to take some deep breaths at the beginning and end of your practice, but also make sure you're breathing during the whole yoga practice. And the best way to take deep breaths is to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So we can practice one more of those together. Ready? Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Awesome. Nice job. All right, we are going to start on the ground. So we're going to lift our arms up straight on top, or straight up ahead on top of us, and then we're going to drop our arms to one side and twist our torso just a little bit. We're going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Then you come back to the center, and we're going to raise our hands one more time and twist to the other side, whatever side you haven't done. And we'll hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And twist back to the center. We are going to do what I call river pose. So you're going to put your feet straight out ahead of you so your legs are nice and straight and they are together. We're going to reach up again and reach out and reach as far as you can. So that could be your thighs or your knees or your toes if you are super flexible. So we're going to hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Nice job, everybody. We are going to open up our legs. So spread them as wide as you can to where it's still comfortable, and you can keep your hips on your butt on the ground. And then we're going to reach up again and lean over to one side and stretch 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll stretch back up to the center and over to the other side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We'll come back to the center, and the last one in this position, I'm going to raise our hands up and reach forward. Our legs are still out to our sides, so this should feel a nice stretch on the inside of our legs. So you can walk your hands out as far as you feel comfortable for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. That one feels so good. That one is one of my favorite stretches. Awesome. Now we are going to go into a cobra pose. So if you've ever seen a cobra snake, it's very similar. It looks kind of like when the snakes lift up their heads. I'm gonna fix this a little bit so you can see me. So we're going to lay all the way down on our tummies, and you're gonna put both your hands next to your chest. And just like a cobra snake, you're gonna lift up as high as you can. And if you can't lift up all the way, that's totally fine. We're gonna hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And then we'll reach back into child's pose. So what that looks like is we're just going back on our knees and kind of getting comfortable right here with our arms stretched in front of us. We'll hold this one for 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. You can always go back to child's pose if you want to keep stretching out your back and kind of rest for a few minutes. That's always a good place to go back to. So now we're going to practice our downward dog. So this one can be kind of challenging. If you've never tried it before, you can watch what I do and you can kind of adapt it to be whatever you are able to do. So we're going to put our two hands down and we're going to lift our legs like this. And so our hips are in the air and our head is down by our hands. And we'll hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Nice stretch, everybody. All right, we are going to stand up and do some of our standing stretches and our standing poses now. So we'll stand up. I'm going to fix my camera so you can see me better. Awesome. So the first one we're going to do standing up is just lift up our hands and reach for the sky and keep our feet about hip distance apart. And we're just going to hold this pose for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch up all the way to the sky and come down. Awesome, nice job. The next one we will do a tree pose. Many of you have tried this, I'm sure. You can find something to hold on to if you want. I'm going to do my best to balance today, but if you need something to hold on to, that is totally fine. So you're going to pick one leg to balance on, and you're going to lift the other leg in the air, and you're going to rest it somewhere on your leg. So it could be rested on your calf. If you're really flexible, you can rest it right on your thigh here, but you don't want to rest it on your knee because it can be really bad for your knee. So if you're not quite flexible enough to do this, you can rest it down on your calf, and that's totally fine. And you have a choice of different arms. If you're holding onto something, that's fine, but you can put your arms here, and you can lift them out like a tree. And you can do this with one hand too if you're holding onto a wall or something in your house. So we're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, everybody. We're going to switch legs. Every time you do a stretch in yoga and you focus on one leg, you always want to do the other leg to make sure you even it out. So I'm going to rest or balance on this leg now and lift this one onto my calf. I'm going to put my hands here. Feel free to hold on to something if you need to. And we will hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. You can come down, shake it out a little. Whew. Doing lots of balancing today. That's awesome. All right, now we're going to put our feet hip distance apart and reach up to the sky again and reach down to touch our toes. If If you can't reach your toes, that's totally fine. If you want to reach for your thighs or your knees, reach down as far as you can. And we'll hold this one for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. You can roll back up, nice and slow. And we are going to do a warrior 2. This will be our last standing pose for today. A warrior 2, if you've never done it, looks a little funky, so it's okay if it takes you a second to get into this position. So you're going to spread your legs apart, and you'll have one leg in the back. I'm going to be facing this way so you can see me, and one leg forward. Your back leg is going to be turned out, so your foot is facing to the side. Your front leg is facing forward, whichever way is forward for you. And you're going to bend your front leg. And we're just going to put our arms out like this, so they're straight above my legs. And we'll hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. You can feel that stretch and that muscle a little bit in here. It's really good for building some strength in your legs. We're going to try the other side. So I'm going to face this way, like this is my front, just so you can see my legs. And this is my back leg. It's faced towards the side, or my foot is. And this foot is faced forward. I'm going to put my arms out. And we'll hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. All right, we are going to sit back down and finish up doing a couple more stretches sitting. All right. So one of our last poses is going to be the boat pose. So I'm going to turn to the side again just so you can see what this pose looks like. So I'm going to make sure my butt is on the ground and my feet are on the ground and my legs are bent. This one you can do different adaptations of and try out different things to make sure that it works for you. But boat pose, you rock back onto your butt and lift up your legs, and you're going to feel a lot of core strength in this one. So you're going to have your legs up here and your arms here. It is totally fine if your feet are touching down, if you're still getting that core workout. That is totally fine. So I'm going to lift up my legs and reach my arms out, and I'm going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. That's a great way to build up some abs. You can do that along with doing sit-ups and some other ab workouts. All right, and then we have only one more pose, and this is my favorite pose in yoga classes. It's called the dead man's pose or final shavasana. So we just lay on the ground, and you just lay just like you would in your bed, with your arms out and your legs nice and loose. And we'll just lay like this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And now, once you're coming out of that pose, I want you to roll up nice and slow. And we're going to finish off with a couple deep breaths again. So I'm going to go back to crisscross applesauce. You can sit however is most comfortable for you, just like the beginning of this. I'm going to put my hands here, but you're welcome to put your hands here, on the ground, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you're sitting in a chair, that is totally fine as well. So I'm going to put my hands here, and we will take 5 deep breaths together. And if you remember from the beginning, it's good to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we'll do those 5 breaths together. Ready, set, go. And exhale. Inhale. exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Awesome. And another fun way to do your breaths, if you want to switch it up a little bit, there's something called the lion's breath, which I think is super fun. So you breathe in just like you would for a normal deep breath, and you go, and then you're going to breathe out just like a lion would and roar and go, and that's a fun way to breathe out. Awesome, everybody. Thanks for joining me today for some yoga. I'm so glad that you came and watched this video and we got to do some poses and stretches together. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day.